enjoy the fun, chatting with interesting people while styling while we run. It's Kickin in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.
Shabuda.
Hello, and welcome to Kickin' and Crocs, the podcast.
I was rubbing the mic on my face.
Yeah, I was rubbing it on my face too. Do it again.
What?
Continue. It's fuzzy.
Shabuda.
Hello, and welcome to Kickin' and Crocs, the podcast, where we talk about martial arts stuff, geeky stuff, and all sorts of stuff.
All sorts.
My name is Steve, the normal third of Kickin' and Crocs.
Liar.
Normal.
And these two are crazy. Do you see what they just did?
I didn't do anything.
I am.
Do you see what they just
I
did?
am Dave.
I was
1/3 of Kicking in Crocs.
And I am Nick, the final third. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
And we have with us today another esteemed guest, or the return of an esteemed guest. We have
It's Mike.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
All right, it's Mike. I was gonna give him a whole big intro like we were gonna do with all our other guests, but no, it's fine. Okay,
He's a
yeah.
unique guest. He is the Mike.
It's Mike. Yeah,
What's up, Mikey?
What's going on, guys?
This
are
whole
you?
setup here makes me nervous because it's further away than it normally is.
I have to
respect the
because we
ducks.
have
Rubber ducks
this.
over there.
You respect the rubber ducks?
My son-
Limbo
my-
later. Limbo.
Well, okay, so you're a Jeep guy, and that's a big thing with Jeeps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently.
My son also loves the rubber ducks, and there's actually one rubber chicken in there, and a
Amazing at bath time.
No, but
bunny.
You know what's weird? That's huge on cruise ships. They hide rubber ducks all over the ship, and people have to go find them. I don't know
Can't
why.
have my bath without.
Are you sure it's not just your family doing it to you?
Positive. 100%. It could be my family. Rubber duckies are the best, Mike.
Can we
I'm
just
sorry to talk over your rubber ducky story.
No,
Please
that's-
don't.
can we just point out that you took a
Please
sip
do.
and then Mike took a sip? So like
No, not
you
at the
just
same time.
Exactly.
No,
like the same thing that you
See,
made
but
fun
these
of.
two is they will literally verbatim pick up the mug at the same time, take a sip at the same. I have it on video.
It's
I have
because
it all
you're
on video.
yammering on, and the two of us are thirsty.
Yeah.
That was such a British thing. Yammering on. Yeah.
You're yammering on about
Choose
absolute
Jay.
rubbish.
Bugger.
He's
And
not
no
really
one wants
Italian.
to
He's
hear
British
your
this entire
Let me
time.
give you a few shots in the teeth so you can get it all messed up.
Oh my God,
Bugger.
that's bollocks right there.
Well, we couldn't remember. So we were sitting there, we racking our brains because my wife uses bugger all the time.
Okay.
Bugger. So we couldn't remember over
couldn't
the
remember,
weekend. We
like,
couldn't
what her
remember. I
little
was like,
phrase
what
was.
does she says something British all the time. It's bugger. But we couldn't remember.
Nice.
We're like,
Well,
bollocks? Is it
Down with
bollocks?
the king. I'm Irish,
yes.
so I don't.
Listen,
Down with
just
the
like
cake.
we told
Remember
Terry,
when we were at
you're on the
Medieval
winning side.
Times?
You're
I don't know if we talked about this last time you were here. Remember when we had our huge group at Medieval Times?
And Emma almost died. I
Emma
remember
almost
that.
died.
Yeah, it was good
Yes,
times.
that's
Killed
true.
your girl, and a horse killed your
Emma
girl.
did almost die because apparently she's allergic to the horses. Is that still a thing?
We'll get to that later.
Okay,
it
all
could
right.
Be something different, but that
It was
not
the
what we
shampoo,
wanted.
Mike.
It was
You
the
said that.
Yeah.
I farted and everybody died.
But remember that one part where we were the Red Knight and our knight was about to kill the other knight, and the queen was like, "No, is this what all of you want to see?" And we were all like,
And we were all,
"Yes!"
yeah, a group of like 30 people were like, absolutely kill him.
And then Dave yells, "Down
Family
with the
show.
queen!"
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they said
Is that a
nothing.
revolt against her?
Well, they said she was like, she wasn't going to support us. So it's like, down with the queen.
Wow.
And all of
so
us started
one
yelling it.
person disagreed with you, and death to them.
Oh, all of us
Listen,
started
it's a
yelling it.
family show,
Listen,
Dave.
it's the mob mentality.
This is what happens in monarchies. This is
Yeah, no, yeah.
sooner or
Get
later.
pulled in. Don't
Exactly
get
right.
pulled in.
Sooner or later, the monarch has to fall.
That was a really fun Medieval Times show. We got to do something like that again at some point.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
a lot
no,
of fun.
I love
I-
it.
What if
still
Emma
think-
was actually allergic to Andrew and I's phony beards that we got?
That's right. You both had
Yeah,
fake
what about
beards.
him?
In all
Oh
honesty,
man.
if you want my like actual
We don't, but go ahead.
assessment, you're gonna get it anyway. When even I walked in, when we walked into that room, it was like noticeably like gross. Like it was stuffy. There was definitely
you're not wrong.
infiltration. There's there's tons of
No,
animals
you're
in there
not wrong.
anyway. So like there's probably just so much like dander in there.
I thought she got like blood work done. She knows for a fact she's allergic to
no,
horses.
she. Well, I don't know.
Because I had offhand I've forgotten this, and I was like, "Hey Emma, you should come by the barn, like my sister-in-law's barn." And she's like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like,
Well, no,
To
because she's
be
allergic
fair-
to like, every animal. She's
But to
allergic
be
to
fair,
dogs,
Emma
cats.
also keeps. It looks like from the photos of your guys, like it's pristine.
Super clean.
So you take her out of
Super
there
clean.
and put her into basically a guy's apartment.
Yeah.
with the horses.
Yeah.
And she's
A
like,
fraternity house
no.
of horses and
Yeah.
no
I do
air
think-
conditioning.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
nights.
it was.
Horses,
and
horse
nights.
dung,
Everybody
It's so
dressed
many
up
dudes.
hay.
D&D.
So
Yeah.
are you
Dust.
we're usually pretty good. We've had people that are allergic to cats in the house and they've been fine.
No, you're
But
good.
like
Your son.
are you gonna like
Your
burn
son's
your
really allergic
stuff?
to cats. He came over to his birthday
No,
party
no.
one
It's,
time. He was
if
fine.
I'm like,
Oh yeah,
it's not
Luke
like that.
Luke has been here, and I
Yeah.
think
Granted, he
Crazy.
spent most of the time
There's
outside.
two
but-
houses where Luca does well. Here and then my neighbor.
and I do
James.
believe Lucas probably has higher allergies than
He's bad.
Emma?
Maybe.
Uh,
I know.
Lucas been getting shots for the last
5 years.
bajillion
more.
years.
See, it's weird because sometimes, like, I don't know. Like when she was at Master Paul's house, like she wasn't even like near the dogs yet. When she walked in, she was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Well,
like,
those are hairy
she had
dogs,
to go
man.
in the basement.
Those
Oh,
dogs
because-
shed.
but those dogs are.
They're also
Those
big
They're
dogs.
extremely
They're
shaggy, but like she's
huge, yeah.
very like sensitive to it.
And he keeps
but-
that house clean too.
He does. He does. He does a good job.
I have bad allergies. Supposedly I'm allergic to dogs and cats and all that, but I've been around it my whole life, so
I'm allergic to laziness and incompetence, but animals I'm good.
I
Nice.
the best that was the highlight of my mother-in-law's life since she met me
Laziness and
was
incompetence?
giving me the shots when she was giving my allergy shots.
She gave you the shots?
She gave me the shots. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, they were subcutaneous. They were you take them home.
Oh, I remember this story.
And,
She stuck you. She was like, "Oops, that's gonna
She
bruise."
stuck
Was
me
this
like my
Herman's
mother-in-law
mother-in-law?
did it like 3 times,
Wait,
4
recently
times.
you got them done?
No. This was a couple years ago.
A couple years
Still.
ago.
How come you decided to get them done now? It really helped out, you think?
Because that was a particularly bad allergy.
Yeah, but-
I had a bad bout, and it was causing asthma, asthma. So this was to try and reduce that. And they're like, "Can you give this shot to yourself?" And I'm like,
No.
"No," because they give you the loading dose at the place, at the place, and they're like, "So you give this to yourself, right? You just," and I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like I can't give myself a needle. It's
You know
not
they have
happening.
the timed ones, right?
I can't do it.
No, the timed ones. You just leave it there and it does it. You just wait.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah, This timed injection.
No, I can't physically know.
That's happening at all.
I can't know that
Well, you
I.
said you're really, really bad with
Yeah, I can't. I can't even like if the device is. You don't know when it's gonna go off. I can't hold it to myself.
Yeah, there's ones.
So-
because I saw you slightly confused, but there's one that has. Like
You
a
just
little
hold it
ticker
and then
on
it will go pop.
And you just hold it and it goes.
Oh,
duck, duck, duck,
interesting.
Yeah.
and it'll pop.
Very
Now you can't
interesting.
always do it because sometimes the syringe and it
It
needs
de-
to be when the syringe is like, almost like a diabetic syringe, small. If it's a syringe that's any longer than that, then you have to do it.
So my
It's
mother-in-law.
like surpass the muscle.
So
or
like,
the muscle.
they're like, "Do you know somebody that could do it for you?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." So Kelsey's mom got
Oh,
to
no.
stick me in the arm like 4 times,
Oops, that was gonna bruise.
and I think she was taking great pleasure in it. And then the one time, can confirm. My
Shadow half.
Shadow has said can confirm.
Now you guys are married already?
Kelsey, were you guys married?
Kels, we were married. We were engaged.
engaged.
We were
She
engaged.
still thought that was a joke.
And I complained. 'cause
I'll fill it up.
I
with
got
this
no lollipop.
peroxide.
I got no Band-Aid. I got nothing. No lollipop or Band-Aid. But the one time she hits me with it and she goes, "Oh, that one was a little deep. I might have nicked a little muscle." I was like, "Ah." She's like, "You'll be fine." She takes it. I was like,
Oops.
Man up.
ah.
Man up. Man up.
Yeah, well, basically, because I would get real nervous. She'd be
Even
like, "You're
Goku
fine."
Was afraid of needles.
Yeah,
When
man.
I- it's-
Yeah, I'm not a needle person.
It's funny because when Nicole had gone through in vitro fertilization, I'm so sorry. I had to give her multiple different types of shots. So her friend is like the head of a nursing program. So I called up and I said, "You got to show me how to go, like how to initiate this," because one of them was like huge. And I'm like, I don't want to kill her, and it's like
don't wanna
it
put
looks
that
like a sword.
Too far
Isn't
into
that?
it.
Isn't correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't EpiPens like unusually long? Like
I've
when you
never
inject yourself with
used
an EpiPen,
one.
doesn't it go like?
I've
like
never
deep?
had to use one,
It-
thank God.
No,
From what I
haven't
understand,
either.
again, that is another one of those that has to get past the muscle, though. So I wouldn't be
Yes,
surprised.
I'm pretty sure. Like it's because
But
it
they
needs
have,
to
you know,
shoot it
Mike,
into
they
your
have
leg.
newer ones, and I have to verify. A friend of mine uses it. They have newer ones that it's a different medication where, again, it's that timed one, but it's a fast, it's because every timing matters with that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it in, pop, and it goes. But I'd have to verify.
All I know is
I think it is the longer one.
when I
though.
first went
Like
for that
it
allergy
pops
shot,
the tip off.
you've probably done this with Luca too. You have to have an EpiPen.
No.
No, I had to have an EpiPen just in case there's a reaction.
Then, no, I think the doctor, I'm sure, had
No,
it
I
on
didn't have to have an
Nicole.
EpiPen. The doctor.
Oh, I wasn't there. Nicole took him for the first
Oh, okay. Yeah, the first time, the loading dose,
could've
they
been-
have an EpiPen like right there, just in case. And you're like,
For the testing strip? Or
no,
the
no,
test
no,
With everything?
no, for the actual shot they give you, and then you have to wait there.
Oh, No, we have to still wait there.
Yeah, you have to
there
wait
for,
there
like,
to make sure you're.
He always gets like it always swells a little bit.
Of course.
That happens no matter. And then he's sensitive for
Mine,
like 5
mine
hours.
swelled, and then you know what? The first shot I got, the first one my
I told him to
mother-in-law
look
did.
jacked, but anyway.
The first one my
There
mother-in-law
you go,
did in my
swollen there,
arm.
buddy. Yeah, got the pump.
I will never forget this because I did the loading dose, right? And then like a couple weeks later, I have to do the first dose, and my mother-in-law's going to do it. And it's the same day.
Keeping in mind she still wants to kill you.
The same day we're going bowling.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So I get the shot in the arm, and then Kelsey drags me bowling for somebody's birthday party.
It was a team. It was
I'm
a
like,
plan.
I used to love going bowling with the guys. That
Bowling's
was
awesome.
Bowling is
you guys want to start a bowling team?
No.
Come on, we'll join a league.
I would
God,
go
skating
like
God
one
awful.
day. I
God
don't think
awful.
I could commit to it.
Roller skating.
No, you know what's really disappointing?
Let's just go bowling.
You should just go.
play,
bowling.
play the old
go.
arcade games at the roller skating ring.
Yeah, just do that instead.
I
Can we
always loved
can we
those
just
games.
go bowling with league shirts, but not actually be in the league, just for our one trip?
No, let's
It
get.
should be like really funny shirts too. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Really, like,
Not make any sense.
yeah.
Let's get league shirts and then just randomly go to places as a team and just do.
I want one that says IP in pools.
I can make that happen.
That would be so funny.
Charity,
What did
get
she
on it.
get- What Isabella got James for his birthday? A floaty toilet.
The floating toilet. Yeah.
He wasn't.
Right.
He was not amused. She loved
funny.
it.
She was cackling.
She loved
It
it.
was literally a floaty.
She
but it was
called
the
me. She
shape of
goes,
a
"Do
toilet
you
seat."
think he's gonna like it?" I'm like, "I don't know." She goes,
Isabella's
"I'm
got
getting
your sense of humor. I take
It
it.
seems
Oh,
like
that
it.
would be Luca.
Luca looks like a
Luca's
little
dangerous.
a little wise guy walking around these days with his slick back
I-
hair.
listen, at one day he's gonna come home with a black eye, and I'm gonna look at him. He's like,
Oh,
He-
yeah,
like, he
I
earned
get
it.
It's
He
okay.
always-
I already know.
he-
It's.
He
amazing.
always looks like he's had a
He's
good
very, very
night
shifty.
the night before.
Yeah,
he looks
half
like he should be in the Bronx.
He's always like,
No, he looks like he should be coming out of a Cheech and Chong episode.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
eyes are always half open and his hair is crazy.
I was thinking that today. I'm working
I'm
with him
like,
in the
what
stick
is going
class.
on?
Like I had to partner with him
going on?
But
for
he's
a minute.
working.
And he's like, I'm like, are you awake, man? What's going on? He reminds me of a French Stewart. It was always like with
Yeah,
the
why is his eyes always so squinty now? Like that was never the
we
case.
could pretend that it's due to allergies, but I think it's testosterone. He's at that I don't care stage. And he's like,
We'll say the allergies.
Gotta have,
Gotta
he's
have
a young man.
testosterone. Yes, you do
He's
gotta
a
have
young man.
testosterone.
he's getting through that stage. I laugh now because he has like 4, like hairs that are supposed to be, coming through and under his arm and on his face now.
Oh no, not the
And
mustache.
it
No.
is I'm like, oh my god, here comes dumb teen mustache coming
Oh
fast.
god. Oh, that's the
And
worst
he's
stage.
laughing.
We were all there.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
We were all there.
That's
Some of
the
us are
worst
still there.
stage when you have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny watching all this. 'Cause
seems
now
like-
Izzy's graduating this year, 8th grade. I'm not ready. He's graduating
Is he
next
really?
year.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Izzy's gonna be a high schooler.
Jeez.
Is she going to 8th grade dance?
Yep.
Ooh.
Don't look at me.
Interesting.
look that way.
Interesting.
Don't talk to me.
Who's she
You're not
taking?
interested.
Interesting.
No one. They're going as friends. All
So wait.
Who is she going
Wait,
to?
wait. Who's in
All
this? Who's
Lame.
Loser. What's
I can't wait until you have like 4 daughters when you get old.
I'm probably gonna be cursed.
They're all
Blessed.
gonna-
I mean,
they're all
blessed.
gonna,
Exactly.
they're gonna, they're gonna, they're all
Good
gonna
pivot.
look like Emma, but with Mike's body scan. So
Oh my god. Full body
them to
blondes.
get like mercilessly bullied and
Full body blondes. Full body blondes. That's it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Exactly. The only thing they're not allergic to is a good time. That's it. It's all. Let's all have fun. and Relax.
see the AIs that could like predict what your kids will look like.
Oh, those have been around. Yeah, that's-
is
that's
getting
whatever.
So
I've seen
ridiculous.
them, like, yeah.
You know what I'm almost I'm addicted to right now is when they're telling like alternate stories where they use the AI to kind of tell the story. I don't know why. Just they don't do anything dramatic. It's just like a zoom in of that
Well,
person's
no, it's like
face.
the cliche of it that we always say is like, this is the worst it's gonna be.
No way. Yeah, that's such a joke.
This
It's
is the
only
worst
getting
it's gonna be.
crazier.
So,
Did you
like,
see
that's crazy.
the mock news report? It looked
Yeah.
100% real.
well, that's the problem. I mean,
Yeah.
it is legitimately
Because now they can copy
They
the
were-
voices and the face.
right now we're at Pong. Remember
Yeah.
Pong?
Yep.
Yes.
That was and that was
Atari.
like amazing for its
Oh, the
time.
video game? Yeah,
And like
yeah,
this
yeah.
is crazy. You can move the TV screen, and then like you look at it now.
Well, 3 years ago, it could have been even for a lot further back than that. Elon Musk was hosting a call with a bunch of executives, and it was like a Zoom-based call, so they were televising it. And he was talking about his new voice-changing technology that mimics voices.
Oh, no.
And the guy's like, "Well, how far are you moving along? What do you think?" And he's like, say 2 more words. Great. Hits a couple of switches. Sounds just like the guy who was just talking to him. He goes, yeah, that's how far along we are. And that's without adding the AI visual
Hey,
effect.
listen, play a PlayStation 1.
Play a PlayStation
And
5.
compare it to where we are
it's
now.
20 years,
Compare-
right? Okay,
compare.
so it's 2025.
Nintendo
Like,
and
look at video games
Switch.
in 2000 to 2025, and just like look at the difference, right? Like, what's the next 25 years look like?
And the problem is, though, now it's moving so much faster than it did from like the 70s to the 80s.
Oh, it's
going
exponentially.
downhill.
It's
Well, because now
exponentially.
everyone has it in front of them to work on it, right? So everyone has
But
the
there's,
potential. A lot of people have the potential to be a programmer that couldn't
There's
eons ago.
I forget what it's called, but there's a rule in technology space about how things exponentially grow. So it's not just that it gets quicker, but it doubles. So like with this growth, now it's gonna double.
What's
that,
the name?
Double. It has a name.
What's the name
I
of
forget the term.
Elon's phone company? Like the phone Starlink.
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 Starnet.
Starlink.
Skynet.
Starlink.
Skynet. Got it.
He's making a Terminator joke.
Guy over
He doesn't
here.
realize that like 90% of our audience is too young to even know what he's talking about.
Does-
You guys,
Understand
you
what
guys don't know what
Terminator
Skynet is?
Oh,
Terminator
I
thing.
know
Yes,
what it
it's
is.
Terminator.
You don't know?
No, he's saying our audience, buddy. Audience.
It's the bots. They understand.
The bots.
Yeah.
That's their last name. Not robots. They're-
Oh, I thought you meant. We're talking about.
I knew immediately.
Yeah,
what
we're
you
talking
were
about
about.
AI. Yes.
I'm like,
Four,
no.
Four of our 5 regular
Their
watchers
last name is
are the Bots family.
BOTTS. Bots.
Yes.
Are the Bots family.
Yeah, I know.
Not robots.
And we love you guys.
Although if there's
Seriously.
any
Thank you,
robots
guys,
listening,
yes.
I submit to my new overlords.
Yes, please increase our subscriptions. Increase our subscriptions. No.
Yeah, no, really? That'd be funny. If all of a sudden we look back, oh my God, we're at 1,000 already? What?
100,000 would be
Like
really,
even though you know I'm leery of like AI and stuff like that, it's still
scary
cool.
sometimes. It's
yeah.
cool, but it is scary.
I love it
You're a
if
big
it
gamer,
didn't
though.
have all the possible negative.
Switch 2
repercussions.
comes
the
out
thing-
in a
the
week or
thing-
two.
The thing now is
You bought it
that
already,
the
Dave?
graphics
No.
cards that they're making nowadays have AI generated frames for
Yep.
the frames in their video games. So it's still too early to understand if that's like the way to
But
go.
Mike, few years away from you playing live against an active changing AI, right? We're not far from it. Where you
Well, that's
play
already
a game.
that's really already a thing.
Well, yeah, I understand that in certain games the game will have strategies and then it'll adjust. But I'm talking straight up, like it starts with no strategy and builds the strategy as you're playing.
I mean, they do that already.
Yeah,
What games?
those tons of games where you fight against
yeah.
AI.
No, I understand you fight against AI, but I'm saying where it
Like
constantly
a
develops
self-learning.
No,
one
there's
instead- okay, I see what
self-learning
you're
where
saying.
it
Yeah,
adjusts.
we're-
to the point where it's more advanced.
and you're literally again with the whole
Well, they
digital. You're literally in the
but
game as you.
like chess.
Yeah, that's been forever. Yes.
Yeah, no, but the way they do it with AI now, it's
Yeah.
literally creative. Like that's the problem. It's like it's literally creative.
It'll
And it's like,
strategize.
oh,
Making
that's
its own.
that's
It'll strategize like a
interesting.
But again, that's only going to get better too. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
also at the worst.
See,
where
the scary things are the quantum computers. 'Cause
extremely terrifying.
as that's getting more, so like a regular supercomputer right now would take like they were saying like 200 years to an equation, and it took a quantum computer like 5 minutes.
Well, they're saying
like,
in,
oh, that's-
in
that's-
50 years or less, where they're and you guys know that they're actively working on like chip to mine technology, right? You won't be able to hold a job without that connection.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'll be
I
moving
mean, I believe it.
so much slower
Well, you know the
than
guy,
everyone else required to do a job. That,
Well, I saw
the
a
first guy that got the
video-
Neuralink,
the one that was playing the video game with no
plays
hands.
video
yeah,
games.
the counter. She was playing Counter Strike.
Yeah, because he can just
And-
look
and no one could
and
touch
move.
her.
No, he was just like
Headshot,
watching,
headshot,
like
headshot,
looking
headshot.
at the screen and control. Now, for reference, Counter Strike is a very
Yeah,
competitive game.
Competitive.
And
Very
it's a third
competitive.
person
You
or
gotta
first
be
person?
good at
First,
it.
it's a
First
first-person
person.
shooter, but it
Never
is
played it, yeah.
very like there's like tournaments.
Yeah.
Like it's a big esport.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's one of the biggest in the world.
like there's people that are so into it that they'll take their computer screen and literally put it like this far away and get like the most perfect equipment to make sure that they're running at the perfect latency with the perfect frame
Yep.
so that they're able
Miss nothing.
to click on the person's head to shoot
Monitor
them.
having the proper
So,
refresh rate and stuff like that.
Yeah, like all these things. And this dude was just, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like
Wasn't he disabled
wheelchair
or
bound, like
handicapped?
disabled.
No, he's wheelchair bound, disabled, and then he's full paraplegic, and he was a guest on Rogan. So
Yeah, and he was just
so he
looking at the
can't- he
screen,
can't, like,
controlling
click.
the game.
yeah, I mean,
he
he
can't click or anything
literally
like that.
Does
he does it with
still
his
have
mind.
it there? Or?
The Neuralink, yeah, absolutely.
I say I don't
And
see why
he
they
has-
would go
he
through
has-
another surgery to remove
He
it
has
unless it was a
the
problem.
as he said on the podcast, he has the worst version that they've put into a single human being because he's the first guy to get
I'm
one.
convinced everybody's going to start getting that, and then it's going to turn into the SpongeBob movie.
No.
And all hail plankton.
No, it's
Like,
going to be
Oh,
a
hell, Tesla.
episode of Black Mirror. If you haven't seen any of them,
Black Mirror's terrifying.
yeah, and that's where we're at.
Almost why I can't watch it because I'm like,
Yeah.
This is
close to
That-
home.
close to
that-
the
it's
real.
all too close to home because again,
Super-
once
super
that
freaky
chip
show.
is in, you don't control.
Well, we talk about that.
outputs.
We talk about that because Declan's so young. We're like, who knows what the world's gonna look like when he's our age? Like,
Well,
you just
my-
don't know what it's gonna look
My
like.
cousin's husband is working on artificial limbs that work off of controlling it with the mind. Like that.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that
biotech
before. Yeah.
engineering. That's his profession at 20 years
Well, that's-
old. So he's got a whole life ahead of him.
Well, the whole idea of
Make that
Neuralink,
happen.
that's the idea of Neuralink is
Is
that
for
it's
that.
going to be able to.
I
Make
think, unfortunately,
move up
like,
and down.
like a lot of other things in history, I really think humans are going to screw it up. I really think it's going to end up
Maybe.
becoming like into literally. Okay, this is like a.
The question is, how do they screw it up? By going too far? By leaving?
That's the question.
By leaving
Like-
the rails off?
right? Like, you look at other inventions throughout history that were monumental to human civilization. Like, the invention of the machine gun was invented to show other people how destructive war can be and that we should never do it again and we should stop while we're ahead.
Oh, so you mean mass produce? Got
And
it.
then World War
That's
One
what it was.
happened.
Yeah.
So like,
But
it's
that's
a-
what I'm saying. There's always going to be people that don't
the
take it for what it was
the
made
trouble.
that's what I
always.
mean.
But
I
the-
really think it's. I mean, it's already starting to like become used for the wrong reasons.
No, but the
already,
for.
trouble-
Well,
with
look at
it-
the drone strikes.
but
Drones
the-
were not made
Yeah.
for military use, but they
But
are.
now
the-
they are.
the
And
I hate to
trouble
tie it
with
back
it-
to Terminator, but what was their aerial attacks were all drone based.
But that's human nature. How do we weaponize it? Sorry. I know
But
you're
the
trying to
trouble with it though is
Unfortunately.
when everybody tries to compare it back to like historical inventions, is that this is literally going to be another life form. Like
Maybe.
when they hit
Not
no maybes
until-
about
it's-
it. When it hits AGI, when it's artificial general intelligence,
Yeah, but that's
It's-
I
No,
think
it's
that's
possible,
farther
100%.
off than we think
I don't
because
think so.
because all
Hey,
of
they
the
made that
okay
one
like
android a
chat
citizen already.
like
at that one that small
until
country.
until quantum
You didn't know that?
computing is like well figured out. I think that's when it'll start to become like actually scary because all the
was
AI
Sophia,
that's
her name
out
was.
right now pulls from general databases on the internet.
Right, it pulls general databases on the internet for right now.
For right now.
But the iterations, I mean, they've already had the creators come out and say, the creators chat GPT, they're like, if you see the next two iterations that we're working on, it is mind blowing. And then there is, I just listened to a guy that works in the field say, you don't need quantum computing for what we're doing.
This is in 2017. The android Sophia became a citizen, a legal citizen of Saudi Arabia. So this we're already.
well, the interesting
moving on.
stuff about it is like,
It was televised.
the
It was great.
interesting stuff about it is like, we know they cheat, we know they lie. Like it will
What,
lie for
robots?
self-preservation.
Yes.
No AI.
Yeah, yeah.
It does things that we can't
It's
explain.
built by people. People lie and cheat. And do
It's
what they should
interesting.
do.
I think when you have artificial general intelligence, also these things make decisions. There's no other piece of technology in human history that makes its own decision.
And there's gonna be people that are gonna say it's a life
On a,
form
on a
protected.
on a side note, there was the first robot kickboxing match.
Stop. Really?
Ended in
Oh
a
my
knockout.
That's so sick.
No.
I swear to
Now,
God, it
now
ended
you
in a
hear
knockout.
that, right? It's
Or
like,
straight
oh,
up
that's
robots?
cool. Guarantee
Straight
you there's
robots.
gambling for it already.
Oh no, 100%.
Guarantee
Yeah.
you.
Oh
I
yeah.
already have like $3 on the winner. I haven't seen it yet.
Can I get in
I
on
picked
that?
the robot.
Can I throw some in on it?
Yeah, are they different colors? So we could like one's red, one's yellow. Like
I mean,
we
they
could-
have to, so we know
How do you
which is.
decipher the different? Like
There has to
or
be
is
a
it
way,
maybe
yeah.
by name. Because I used to watch the Robot Wars.
Here it is.
was like the little
World's
robots.
first
yeah.
robot kickboxing tournament held in China, and it ended in a knockout.
Oh my god!
Wait, you know
stop.
what? You know what would be
course
really
it's
cool if
China.
we
Give me
get
the
to
image
one
so I
day?
could just see the picture.
Did you ever watch Love, Death, and Robots?
Yes.
Yes, I love
You
them.
know the first episode where
No.
they like control the monsters and then make them fight?
Yes.
That should be its own show.
This can't. Is this
I
real?
wish.
This is real.
A bunch of those episodes should be their own
That
show.
should be its own show.
Oh my God! Stop.
And that
Okay,
could totally
ready?
get.
Pink or black? Pink or black?
Black.
Black. Okay, I'll go pink just for the argument. Go to the end. See who wins.
Oh, that's adorable.
It is.
You guys see him kick.
Until they're 10 feet tall, and each punch has the horsepower of like a.
No,
car
now we got to
compressor.
program them to say really witty
real?
lines.
That's real. It happened in
No,
China.
Go to the end. I want to see who wins. You have black, right? And I have pink.
Yeah.
They're
All right,
moving
so-
so weird.
Oh, pink got knocked out of the ring. No, get back in there. Oh no! Wait! What happened to black? It's blue.
It changed it.
No, what happened to the black one? The black one got this so bad he got knocked out, but didn't even make it to the end of the video.
Yeah, it's
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Robo Drop, Robot Boxing Champion ends in KO 7 days ago. Ah, it was fake. No, it wasn't.
What?
It was the knockout was fake. They're saying,
Oh,
they're
plan-
saying
like
it was fixed.
programmed.
It was
It
all
was
programmed for that.
That's what they're
It's
claiming.
already fixed. It's already fixed.
Typical boxing.
Next is gonna run for government. It's gonna be set up.
Typical boxing.
I mean, the Roman Senate elected a horse, so I wouldn't be surprised if an AI gets elected at one point.
Oh,
So
my
in,
God.
in California, they can elect anybody. Anyone could run for the local.
Is this you throwing your hat in the ring?
Hey, let's go.
Well, so you saw what happened in New Jersey, right? With the big announcement last week.
But
Netflix finally broke ground in Monmouth.
Yeah,
That's
in
been
Fort Monmouth.
they've been working on that for a
But I'm
long
saying,
time.
So what is that? That is officially step one of East Coast California or East Coast Hollywood.
oof.
Hopefully we get the
I know.
weather.
Yep,
Hopefully we
that's
get the
the
weather.
face I made.
the weather from it.
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
face I made.
We
I
already
was
have
like,
enough
I
avocado
love
toast,
New
like, we
Jersey.
could-
Leave us alone and lower
How much
our
avocado toast do you consume in your household?
However much Emma does, because I don't know.
How many avocados are
Love you,
there?
honey.
Oh, I tease Alex. Alex will do it too. Alex will tease his wife because she's like they're the avocado toast type people in the morning.
Oh.
Wait, is that avocado
boy.
on toast or is it actual
Yeah.
toast? That's
It's
no, I
avocado
like
on toast.
avocado on toast.
It's
bad.
okay.
It's really good.
I mean, you're not getting the reference then, but okay.
It's a thing.
No, I am not going to buy into that reference. It's on the show, family friendly. Okay,
What?
I'm not taking
it
sides.
is
I'm not
family
taking
friendly.
sides.
Family.
I'm not taking sides.
I'd say I've had some really good food in California.
We've been trying to get Emma on as a guest
I've never
forever.
been.
We have been trying to get Emma on.
Yeah,
I have
so
not
we
been.
have
Well,
to
maybe
schedule
we'll
that.
plan a
She's
day.
just so busy.
No, maybe we could plan a day where you guys
She's a
could
link.
like come up and visit and like check out our place and like we could do it up there. That's fine. And like hang out.
Stuff moves.
I don't like to
This is a
drive
portable
out
setup,
of out of my area.
Well, you see,
Out
the
of your
last time,
bubble.
the last time we did a podcast outside of this house, it got very, very tense between certain parties about tracking water through a freshly cleaned floor on someone's shoes into a certain basement.
Especially cleaned basement, and it wasn't going to track anything. 'Cause it
Here
never
we
does.
go. I know. Here we
This
go.
guy over
Okay,
Yeah. This is why we don't do basement podcasts
I like how
anymore.
it goes. Is it this guy over here?
I will never do a basement podcast
I'll do
again.
them on my own. It's
On
fine.
the
I don't need 'em there.
record.
I don't need them there. Good.
It's true, actually. If you guys all go back, we have not been in the basement since.
I
that
refuse.
episode.
I am a man of principle and word. If I say I won't do something,
Let me raise my hand if I give it. Nobody? Nope.
bleep
Bleep that out.
that.
Put a moo sound, old school.
God, man.
I'll
just-
go to your place though.
one
Well,
more.
Emma, let me wear my Crocs.
Absolutely.
I
We're not
let,
a shoes off type people.
I let him.
All right,
wear
there you
his
go.
Crocs.
Bunch
We're
of
in.
weirdos.
No,
Yeah.
I was okay with him wearing his Crocs. Except the fact they were soaking wet.
It was like the fourth time I've gone there with it rained, and they weren't soaking wet. They dry like that. I walked through my own house with no issues, no tracking, and
did
I
I
took them
wrong
off.
this week?
I
Have
was
to
going
listen.
to carry it down.
Just saying, man.
I was gonna-
Jerry.
I was gonna
Where's
carry
Steve?
it down into the
Where's Steve to
basement.
carry us out? There you go. Steve. Be Steve.
He
Hello.
wouldn't let me, Mike. He wouldn't
I
let
am
me
Steve.
carry them
No,
down with
bald
my
Steve that
hands and
separates
then
everybody.
put them on
The
downstairs.
security
Oh,
guard.
see, there you go. I'm Steve. That's perfect.
the main guy.
Makes sense. No, yeah, but so
Carry him down. And
Why
then
did I
put 'em
bring
on.
it up again? It is
do
because
that.
I
You
have
ate my
heard
life.
good feedback from several viewers that they love that sort of banter. So that's why I brought it back up.
Yes,
because
you
that-
banter with
that
him. I
kind
don't
of
want to
sort
deal
of
with it.
banters. So
And they all
can
agreed
banter,
with me
man. This
too.
is a PG
There was an
environment,
there was
so I have
Yeah,
to
we're not-
censor
there was
it.
an astonishing amount of people that agreed with me.
Pretty, yeah,
Okay.
because they don't want to
There-
listen to you.
there was
either.
also
No,
the
they
people
were-
that agreed with
They're
Nick.
like,
They were on my
Just saying.
side.
There was
They're
also
on
the
my
people that
side.
agreed with Nick.
They're on your side
Also-
as far as
You know
Dave,
what,
will
you
stop
guys? You
talking?
know what?
Sounds
The
good.
only solution is that you have to duel with pistols now.
I agree.
10
Let's go.
paces,
10 paces.
Turn around, shoot.
Oh my God! You know what's so funny? So with
Flintlocks.
the flintlock, it's one shot only.
One shot.
One shot.
You know,
you
we
only
could
got-
do a Nerf duel,
You could.
on the
You
on
could
the
actually do a
podcast.
nose
like
duel.
No, we
I know,
need.
as a-
You should get paintballs.
No.
Just
Have
wear a
you
mask
ever-
and a
have
cup,
you
and you'll be
ever
fine.
done
There you go.
paintballing and skirmish in Pennsylvania?
I think you've told the paintball
They
story
have
before.
Yes.
the turn and fire range, but it's two. They split up like two armies, and you do 10 marches apart from each other. And everyone turns and fires,
I had.
and then you eat a. And then
Are we
what
still
happens
rolling?
is You
This is
break-
because you're so paranoid. Just let it alone.
So-
let it alone.
I went. I forget what
Hey,
town
Jason.
it
What's
was,
gonna
but
happen?
a bunch of us went paintballing out west in New
Move
Jersey,
it more, it's gonna fall.
and it was this humongous plot of land,
Yeah.
and there were different maps, like a
Yeah,
video
yeah, yeah.
game, and
That's
you'd go
skirmish, the
around.
same way.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
You're pulling it
It was
further
some of
now.
the most fun I've ever had,
What is-
and I've
what
been
is-
suggesting us all go and do it for
So
so
Master
long.
Paul-
Pick a Sunday and just go.
I know
Mas-
you guys did it like
Master
back
Paul
in the
took us.
day.
He took us indoor paintballing.
And I shot poor Miss Dawn in the butt, and she.
Oh
got so
my
pissed.
god, the
I slid
bruise
through it.
she
Like,
had.
"Pop, pop," and she's like, I was like, "Ooh."
The bruise she had. Somebody
Sorry.
shot Master Paul in the hand.
Who?
I think it was Alex. I think
Yeah,
it was
not
Alex.
me.
Somebody shot Master Paul in the hand. Miss Dawn had the biggest bruise.
Yeah,
all,
I didn't mean
all,
to. And it was cool because I did that whole sliding thing, and then I already pulled the trigger, and I was like, "No, it's Dawn."
Caroline,
Sorry,
Caroline and Shay.
sorry.
Caroline and Shay ended up like the two last people standing twice.
Because they hid the whole time. In the end.
Alex got shot right in the face after.
And he's the big
After they were
bankroll
like,
guy
"No
too.
shooting
Well, they
in the
made-
face."
They
No,
made
he's
him.
the first to.
They made him turn
He's
it
good.
down his gun though, because Alex
He
used
has
to
like a
do-
pro gun.
He would go.
Oh,
he
I
would
get
do
it,
like
yeah.
you. He'd go to outdoor ranges, and they're like. So he brought. He came. He came all ready to go, and we're like, we have to test that gun. He said, pop, 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 pop. And we're like, no, you can't use that on the indoor range, buddy.
Yeah, no. The place I went, everybody used this. If you use,
Yeah, the
they
stock
have like
guns.
a gauge.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
you brought a custom one, like there was like where you fill it up, and like it only fills to a certain psi.
Yep.
But the first time I ever went, the first one we did, it was called the Castle.
I've been there.
Dude, it was
It's
so
awesome.
cool. It was like these like literally a giant concrete square with enormous walls, and then in the center of each wall was like a door, like it was open, and then there was a structure in the middle. And if this is like the square here, right? First time I ever went paintballing ever, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just hit on this corner, right? So I could move to the right and look down the doorway and see if anybody came inside, aside from over here. But if anybody was going to come in and go this way, I could look on the left wall and then see if they were going to come down this side. And so I had like this area like locked down. So there was a little crack in the wall where I could see kind of like down this way here. And I saw another guy kind of peeking the corner, and he's like looking, and he's going back, and he's looking to see if it's clear, if anybody's like watching that spot. And then he starts but then as he like walks out to like start moving down the wall, I see somebody else peeked, like he's gonna follow him. So now I'm watching them and waiting. I'm like, oh, he's like, I'm gonna wait till
It's
he
your
follows.
own teammate.
So then, no, it was the other
No,
team.
it
It
was
was
the
100% the other
Imagine
team.
that would have been so funny though.
So he goes behind him, and they start moving, and like I'm ready to jump out, but then I see somebody else peek. Now there's 3 or 4 of them like
you.
creeping down
And
the
you.
wall, but they don't see me because I'm looking through like this tiny little crack in the wall, so I see them moving. So like for reference, I just think like side break fall, like I fell off the side of the wall, and I just started unloading on all 4 of them. They were screaming and yelling. "Ah!" It was hilarious. It was
is too much.
it was
Have
my
you done-
first round of paintball.
I
you
like
done the
laser
plane-
tag.
Have you done the plain boneyard yet? Where
Yes.
that's the best. Like
So
the
cool.
2 high towers and the flag in the middle.
Yes.
You're going through the crashed planes to get there. I had bought a smoke grenade
Mm-hmm.
and thrown it in the middle, right where the flag was. So now everyone had converged on the flag, but they can't see each other. So either you're shooting randomly with a big chance of hitting your own people, or you're not shooting at all. Well, we're on the outside on the 2 towers, just. There's going to be some innocent bystanders in the mix, but we're going to get whoever's trying to grab that flag, and then once the smoke
Yeah,
clears,
I learned right quick I wasn't made out for combat. When I was hiding
you're
behind
in combat sport.
I was not with guns. When I was hiding behind the thing, the inflatable, and I'm shooting the pellets like pop, 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 pop.
Oh, you did paint. Oh, wait, right.
And Alex is like, oh wait,
So much fun.
I'm gonna roll out this way. You roll out that way. I'm like, nope. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not
I'm
going
gonna
out
sit.
there.
No, that's why
right
you
where I
are
am.
made for combat.
I also, by the way,
They're smart about it.
I also, by the
No
way,
extra lives.
I didn't know. Like, I was like, oh, okay, we're going to paint. I think I wore like a pair of jeans and a hoodie.
That's
And
not bad.
I didn't know.
That's
Like, I
enough.
didn't thicken up anything at all.
You're fine.
well, I mean,
Really?
it really doesn't hurt that bad. Like,
No.
you're fine.
Usually
It
it's like a turtleneck of some kind.
I
It
wore a
hurts.
t-shirt and shorts, and like, I mean, I was getting hit all over. And I was like,
Well, I went in the
whatever.
winter though. That's why.
It hurts. I disagree.
I don't. Disagree.
Did you
my
see the
favorite,
bruise on Miss Dawn?
My favorite though,
That
they
was his
had
fault.
they
I was
had like
fine.
they had a shop, and you could buy paint grenades.
Oh
Yes.
my god, that's
Loved throwing the paint grenades. There was this little try-hard kid that, like, picture Alex, right? Like, everybody there is just using
My
the
kid right in the
stock
face.
gun with like no idea what we're doing. Like, all right, let's have some fun, guys. And this guy is dressed like the 75th Ranger
He's
Regiment.
got, like, the earpiece.
He has a chest rig.
Frank Castle showed up.
magazines.
He's like, let's go.
He has what looks like a kitted M4 style rifle,
Nice.
but it is a paintball gun. And
You hope.
with a scope, like a sniper
You're like, he's
scope.
on my team.
And so on that same map, right, on the same one, it was the structure in the middle, but really far on either corner were two towers.
Yeah, the towers.
two
yeah,
towers.
The corner towers. The
So
sniper tower.
he jumped up in the tower, and there was a bunch of like
Good jumper.
Yeah, good jumper. Seriously.
yeah, right. Like a bunch of obstacles along the way.
Yes.
So
Yep.
me and my two friends, he would peek out the window, and he was hitting
Wait, was he
people
on your
from real.
team?
No, he
Oh.
was on the other team, and he was hitting our friends from like far away. So we started leapfrogging him. So like one of us would peek out, and we'd start just because the only place he could shoot
then he
out
has to
from
go
was the
back and
window.
forth,
Because
yeah.
so we would just unload on the window while some people moved, and then they
cover
would move
fire,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then they would peek and they'd shoot. So we keep getting it closer and closer and closer, and there was an opening on the bottom of the tower, and I had like two, and they blew up. Like it did not just like it sounded like
An actual
like a
grenade.
firework going off. Like it
Oh
was
my God.
loud. And we took the two grenades and threw them up the bottom of the tower, and the guy was like, ah! Like, it was great.
It reminds
It
me
was
of
so
like,
satisfying.
reminds
Like,
me like-
finally, we got you.
old Muppets episodes where like Beaker's wearing the glasses and something explodes, and just where the glasses were is you can see his
Yes.
skin. The rest is all black. It's like all
He
the
came
paint.
down like it looked like he should have been dead. Like
Yeah.
he was just covered in paint. We're like, I love that stuff. It's so much
Yeah.
fun. We should totally
I
do
think
it.
It's
I
it's a
agree.
good Sunday.
We should
activity.
do we should paintball one weekend, LARP one weekend.
I've always wanted a LARP. I think it's so funny.
I have never really.
You ever
had
watch
the
Role
desire,
Models?
but- Yes.
Yeah.
Rub a dub dub. Oh, we would have so much fun with
We
that.
should LARP
We
too.
could, I'm sure.
Oh, you would have fun.
Yes, I'm sure.
You get
I
into
like-
Dungeons and
Yeah, yeah,
Dragons
yeah,
and
that's
everything.
what
Come
I'm
on,
sure.
man.
No, the
LARP
thing is that you
I just can't do it every weekend.
no,
Once-
you would
once-
you would
Oh,
need to
God,
do
no.
something like funny. Like you would need to be like a merchant that lost like his vision or something. You would do
I'm
that
okay with
so
that.
that would be so hilarious. You shouldn't be
Eh.
like yeah, like you just walk around the battlefield trying to sell things while there's like people killing each other.
Your sword needs to be sharpened.
Yeah.
Why do you keep
that'd be
getting
so
up and
funny.
checking? Why are you doing this?
wrote
You
it.
don't. You're like neurotic now.
60 gigs is more
Your
than
60 gigs is way more than enough, dude.
We make it on 35 gigs.
60
See,
gigs.
you
is
notice
like
he stopped talking and
a-
he's very
like a
obsessed with
AAA
the
video
camera
game.
now.
I see.
Very much so.
I like
don't
it
want
too.
this to happen
Why do you
again.
tell us a little bit about your T-shirt, Mr. Free Hugs? I like it. Where'd you get it? I like it.
The charity.
This has been. I have
He's
worn
warned
this
us on the podcast
dozens
before.
of
We have
times
talked
on the
about it.
podcast. We did too. We talked about it when I first unboxed it and revealed it on the podcast.
Oh, did you really? I bet you. I don't
He's
listen.
not really
I
here
know,
for the
right?
I
podcast.
don't
He's not
listen
really
to what he
awake
says.
for it.
Yeah.
No, not at
Was
all.
I away on a cruise for that one, please?
So, Mike, have you
I don't think so.
since
no.
the last time you were here, have you purchased a pair of Crocs?
No.
No.
Oh my god.
Why did we reinvite him again?
Well, see, here's the thing. I said this last Gibbet challenge. He doesn't have a pair of Crocs, and he's been involved in almost every Gibbet challenge so far.
I'm just there for the fun.
So I
Why
was
he
gonna say,
loses.
what happens if he wins? Like he has nowhere to put the Gibbet.
I get to grant it upon somebody.
I can tell him.
No, that'll be your reason to buy a Croc. You need to put the gibbet in on.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you would like Crocs. I mean, I think it's.
I don't have anything against them. It was just I always
You never got
I
'em,
loved
yeah.
Vans. I was always a Vans kid, or like sneakers. And then in the summer,
You could
flip-flops.
still be those things.
Yeah, no,
and
yeah,
make
yeah,
a pair of Crocs.
You're not
Beach.
defined by your shoes.
No, not at all.
I mean,
Except
Dave
Dave.
is. But the rest of us
I
are not.
just said that too.
These are Crocs right here.
Yeah, Dave definitely is.
Yeah, they're nice.
Oh, those are really nice.
Those are the trail break.
Ooh, how do you
Trail
like?
break 2.
How do you like them?
They're very comfortable. Yeah.
Those are
It
very
matches
sneakery.
Yellow.
Yes.
Those are very sneakery. I like that.
Be comfy.
Well, see, I told him that when we do the Spartan racing Crocs, he can't wear those. That's
I'm
cheating.
not going to.
They say that's just cheating. That's literally the design for trails.
I'm not going to.
Mike,
Mike,
you-
just do a Spartan race with us again. Is what needs
I
to
do.
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really want
Mike
to.
enjoyed doing a Spartan race the one time.
I
You should.
really
You
had
should
a
do
good
another one
time.
with us. It was a lot of fun.
Yes, I really enjoyed
Are you
it.
getting a Switch too?
No. No, I don't think so. We have a Switch already. And we don't like use it to the point where I'm like, oh, I need the Switch too.
Yeah, I also don't think I'm getting the Switch 2 anytime soon.
It's on my
I'm
list. I
gonna
definitely
have to
want
get the Switch too, especially because we're starting Kickin and Crocs gaming.
How
in
come you
Crocs.
don't want a Switch too?
That'd
Because
be
you don't.
fun.
Be,
I'd
you don't-
totally
I'd
get
say,
involved.
and
I
I'd
didn't
say
say I
we're
don't
gonna
want
need you
it,
to
but I
be
just-
a good guest because you're such
we
an
just
avid
got
gamer.
Luca the Xbox Series X.
Should have gotten a PlayStation 5 instead.
And-
See, I don't hear
Actually,
you saying
I'm an
I got
Xbox
me.
guy, and I agree with Dave. Like the
Should've gotten-
Well, that's
technology
because
in
they're
the
going to
PS5
stop
is
it
so much
soon.
better.
Well, they're going to stop. Xbox is going to start making games.
Well,
for
the thing with the
PlayStation.
PlayStation 5,
I just love Xbox.
PlayStation in general is they get better exclusives.
I disagree.
I agree.
They get better exclusives.
I disagree.
And
Halo
more.
and Gears of War trumps anything PlayStation
That's
has put out.
completely false. But okay,
It's not.
Make your argument. Go ahead. I'll debate you.
my argument: Uncharted.
That's better than Halo.
Uncharted.
No.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's different.
That
it's
it
not better.
L take. I'm sorry. Uncharted is not better than Halo.
I would say
Halo's
if,
a
we're going
industry
if we're going
changer.
off of consumer reports like consumer reviews, I think Halo's got
Halo
it.
changed first.
No,
Halo's
no, no.
got
Okay,
Uncharted.
here's
Doom
no,
did.
no. Okay, let's stop.
Right?
Let's
Like
stop.
Doom introed, and then Halo
So
perfected it.
allow. May I?
No,
May
yeah.
I?
Well, I
May
want
I?
to hear you out.
No. Halo is like every single first person shooter, the exact same game, just, oh, we're going to tweak a storyline and first person shooters are all the same.
It's
They're the
incorrect.
worst games.
Halo introduced
I disagree.
interaction with
They're-
vehicles.
I disagree.
Fantastic
That's a
co-op
naive take on
multiplayer.
first-person shooters.
No,
Now,
it's not. They're
I
exactly the same
have
games.
I have
No,
not
they're
played either Uncharted or Halo consistently enough to really give a good opinion. I'm just going off of like if I go up to like let's say one of the kids at the karate school, I guarantee you that they would know what Halo is opposed to Uncharted.
Uncharted, Spider-Man.
I was
Spider-Man
gonna say, let's move on to the next game.
Spider-Man was exclusive to the PlayStation.
Spider-Man was, yes. Spider-Man was very
The
good.
original Final Fantasy.
God of War, that's God of War is a good one.
exclusive.
That was good. Now, are we going off of like? Are we trying to do series? Like, what are we? Like, what's the criteria here?
Well,
are we
the
thinking here?
What did
terms
you
of
say Halo was the other game?
Gears of War,
Gears of War.
Forza,
Gears of War,
Forza
I've
wasn't
heard
unique
about
to-
stuff.
That's
No.
only Xbox. No, it's not.
No,
There was maybe I'm wrong.
No,
Maybe it was a
Forza's-
racing game that was
Yeah, but not
exclusive to
Forza.
Xbox.
I mean, there's. I'd have to sit and go through the list of like PlayStation
The problem
exclusives.
is Xbox doesn't have a lot of exclusives. Period.
PlayStation has a butt ton of exclusives.
And they're all single player. Like 99% of them are single player. It's like
Which ones?
Which God of War, great game. You could only play it by yourself.
True.
Uncharted, great game. Could only
Spider-Man
play it by
2.
yourself. Spider-Man
True.
could only play it by yourself.
True.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Halo and Gears of War. That
Awesome
was
couch co-op.
that
and
was
multiplayer.
that 2008 to 2010, like
first-person
that era of
shooters. Yeah, but
Xbox
multiplayer.
gaming
That's
was untouched.
yeah, but
I like that.
Gears of War and
First-person-
Halo,
No,
and oh my god, it was
first person-
unbelievable.
No, Gears of War is not first person. It's third person.
first person shooters tend to be multiplayer.
No,
That's
but
just
I-
how it goes.
But in
Well,
Halo
Halo
one of
was
the few
too.
that had couch co-op multiplayer.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
And
Halo
I don't-
started all
I
that.
mean-
Gears
yeah.
of War,
star in
no,
its
didn't.
favor.
It
there.
didn't start all of it, but it was
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
No, yes,
I was
no.
like,
however,
come on, guys, GoldenEye.
no,
Let's go back.
But the introduction
Yeah.
Oh,
of
blast from the
Xbox
past.
Live and being able to come home and hop on Halo with your friends and just
Oh,
play
no, but
a
I'm saying
match,
couch co-op. I was saying.
couch co-op as well. But like that changed the game. I mean, like us, like
And
Halo One
was
on the
one of
original Xbox.
Halo, I believe, is the first-person shooter to incorporate vehicles and easier multi-weapon switch.
No, there was PC games that were doing that.
yeah,
Battlefield
definitely.
1942.
At vehicles?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
first-person
They had
shooting?
planes, they had tanks, they had everything.
That
I
actually
didn't know
goes
that.
surprisingly
For
far back.
multiplayer?
Yes.
didn't
On my
know.
multiplayer. Yeah, that was. I mean, PC is a
But that
different
was
story.
before- PC is
but
a whole different animal.
I just have.
That came out after Halo, though, I thought.
no,
if
that was
you-
that
if
was
you-
before Halo.
I don't enjoy first-person shooters, and I find them very much to be the exact same game. Call it naive if you want, but like it feels very much
Bioshock? Have you ever
like the
played
same.
Bioshock?
Well, no,
game
it depends. It
to me.
depends.
Not
on,
the storyline.
No. Well,
Um,
there are different. Okay, so like,
And I did enjoy what's the third person shooter? It was between first and third. It was oh god, I can't think of it. I played it with Lee Chung, Eric Tober.
But so this
Destiny?
was an Xbox
So a lot of the
exclusive.
shooters that-
Bioshock series was Xbox
a lot of-
exclusive.
Not
First
Destiny.
person.
Bioshock,
That's-
amazing.
It is
The whole-
Destiny?
the whole series,
Amazing
all
game.
of it.
Destiny.
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 So okay, so the shooters
that
are
an
You, Rob, and I were
primarily
playing
exclusive?
Destiny for a little while, and then
Destiny?
you
Yeah,
abandoned
was
it.
that exclusive?
No,
the
no,
the
no,
ones
no.
he's primarily
Yeah, those cross-platform.
describing are arcade shooters, right? Halo, arcade shooter. Gears of War is an arcade shooter. Bioshock is an arcade shooter.
Somewhat,
Call of Duty, arcade. Like it's
Gears
meant.
of War not. Though.
It's no Gears of War is because it's
but third
meant.
person, not first.
It puts gameplay.
Yeah, it's not an adventure game.
It puts gameplay before realism. It puts
yes.
gameplay
Right, right.
before like Counter-Strike is another example. Counter-Strike is an arcade
I forgot.
shooter.
The Last of Us was a PlayStation exclusive.
That
as
is
well.
yeah, that's also great.
That puts
But,
a good feather in their cap for sure.
Luke,
That's big.
Garapoli and I
Yeah.
play a lot of milsim shooters, which are first-person shooters, but they pertain more to realism, right? So
you have to
instead
sneak
of like,
around,
because
you
when
have
I
to
would
set
play
it up.
like Call of Duty or something, I can't stand Call of Duty because you would run around the corner and a guy would get face to face with you, and you'd have a assault rifle, something is shooting rifle rounds, and you'd start shooting. It'd take like it's all for the sense of playing the game and like all these
I feel
magical
like
things
Call
happen.
of Duty was an updated version of Fortnite. The way it played. The way it played.
It's arcadey.
Yeah.
It's meant
Yes.
to
I played the
Draw a
Tom.
big crowd.
be a game.
I've played the Tom
But-
Clancy Rainbow Six games in the
Those
PC.
are tough. Oh my god.
No,
those are tough.
okay, so that's more getting towards the realm of that. Like, there's games out there
Yeah, one shot, you're dead.
that
Give it a good
yes,
shot.
where there's no HUD, there's no nothing.
you shoot
You're
'em
on
in the-
a
in the-
map
in
that
the
is
knee
a
and they'll
one-to-one
fall down,
scale
they'll
of
fall
real
down.
life, and that's more revolved around like communication and teamwork rather than so. Those types of shooters are completely different. They are
Yeah,
extremely,
Well, there was that
extremely
shooting
fun
game in
because they are
arcade,
less
Dave.
about like how much
it's
you're
just
shooting. the
never
enemy
been my
and, like,
genre. It's just never been my genre.
you know, it's super like
Well, what was
it
that
needs to
definitely
be your
tailored
cup
to a
of tea.
certain audience.
I
though.
like
That's
fighting
the
games.
The
I
arcade
like
where you
side
have the gun,
scrollers.
like you pick up the gun, and there was one red gun and one blue gun, and you're the two cops like going through the.
You're talking about the time one?
Arcadey
That-
shooter,
yeah.
yeah.
The only reason I like that game is because when you would shoot the characters, they'd buckle based on where you hit them. And that was like I liked that. Like, oh, I shot him 15 times, nothing happens till he dies. No, and I like the game where if like you actually shoot him and it's off target, but you hit him in the hip or you hit him in the knee, they'll buckle in that direction. All of a sudden, now you have an opening that you didn't have.
I
like that
just
kind of
I
movie.
just always preferred like RPGs, fighting games, side scrollers, platforming, RTS like real time strategy.
Love RTS
That's
games.
always been
Yeah.
my cup
Mass
of tea.
Effect.
Mass
And so
Effect
when
was
you get
great.
to- when you get to
Mass Effect
FPS,
was fantastic.
Not really
Third
my cup of
person
tea.
and first person shooter Mass Effect because you can switch between the two.
Well, that
but
was
huge storylines.
But that was what was the one I was just saying?
Destiny.
Destiny was like that
No.
because you can switch between the two.
no
third
but-
person and
but
first person.
In Destiny you only go third person if you have a sword weapon. Otherwise, you're always first person. In
No,
Destiny 2. I think
Destiny
is what
2
I was
you
talking
can
about.
absolutely
You can actually
switch between.
switch?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
no, you might be right. Yeah,
play
I don't know.
enough
I don't
to
remember
know.
now.
yeah.
But in the other game I was just saying.
Also depending on what class you
what was
were.
I just talking about? Bring my
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect, it actually has decision-based storyline that affects not only what happens in the game, but in the sequels. So if you choose to save certain people or do certain things in the first game, those people are no longer now available in the second game. But if you went back through it and saved them and let someone else perish, that switches the storyline and it
Damn.
continues between the games.
Telltale
for a
Games
while.
was really good at doing that.
I was about to
They
say,
were-
Telltale
they
Games
were
was very-
fantastic
yeah.
at doing
Right
that.
there.
Yeah.
That's a whole different genre.
Whole
Telltale
different
Games.
Whole
thing,
different
yeah.
genre.
But like we'll
But I
play.
like it.
So you need to like
Telltale's a whole different thing.
You need to enjoy the experience. Like those type, like I was saying before, the types of shooters I was talking about. You need to enjoy that type of gameplay. Like
Yeah.
you said, it needs to be your cup of tea.
Which
like
is not.
we'll have fun, just like
Sneaking around.
walking for a long time, setting up the perfect like ambush or something, and
Yeah.
then
You have
having
to
it
wire
pay
the
off.
door and
Yes,
whistle them
like,
into the room.
so they just added their big thing that in the one game we play is called Arma. They just added mortars, like, and they function like in real life.
So you can clay them to the door.
No, a mortar, like a tube, and you shoot mortar.
really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Like
I'm thinking
portable
paintball. Yeah,
artillery.
yeah.
So you need to get the mortar. You
ones
need
that
to put
shoot
it in
out,
a
yeah.
truck. You need to transport it to a place that's safe. You need to then set up the mortar in game. You get a chart, like a real like Cold War era. That's like the timeline it takes place in, ranging chart of the mortar, and then you need to take out a protractor and use a real map and calculate with
I
math
don't have those kind of hours.
the distance and range and bearing of like where the target is, and you need to talk to your teammates and be like, what grid are they in on the map?
I could barely make it through worms where you had to shoot.
and then you need to, it's like it's so cool, but like
So,
that needs to
Did he
fascinate you
get a
to
fire
enjoy it.
flower?
So we'll go and like set it and like do all the calculations, but it's fun when everybody's like communicating and like because like you could talk to your
But
team.
those are one of
that's-
those games though. If you don't have a team, it's
It
depressingly
sucks. Oh my
boring.
god, it's
Yeah,
terrible.
the worst.
But
But
like
that's with like MMORPGs too.
yes,
It's better when you have people to play
way
with.
better.
Oh, yeah, it is.
World of Warcraft will forever
yeah.
be my favorite game ever.
I
It's just
never
amazing.
played through World of Warcraft.
It's a problem.
Amazing.
The problem with World of
I
Warcraft
didn't
for
either.
me,
I tried.
my buddy Chung and I,
twice.
we
I
tried
just can't
to.
keep up with the people I was trying to play with.
So
Well,
what
we've
happened
been
with World
playing
of
for 20
Warcraft with
years.
Chung and I, we switched from Final Fantasy 11, which was an incredibly difficult but very fun MMO, to World of Warcraft, and we found it like so much easier that we were like, it's not as fun for
Well,
us.
because when World of Warcraft originally released, it was considered so much more forgiving than the other MMOs that
It
were
was
out
crazy
at the time.
forgiving.
Crazy forgiving, because there were other MMOs where like the standard was if you died, you would lose experience and
Yeah,
you would lose
that was-
levels
that
and you
was-
would lose
Is Diablo
items.
considered an MMO or no?
No, that's
No.
like a
No.
Just a dungeon
It's
crawl.
still
it's
RPG,
it's an
yeah.
ARPG.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy 11 would do that. You would lose experience and you could
Yes.
de-level. But they drop you into the world and they explain nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
That's
So
I mean, classic WoW is kind of like that. The most you
well,
get
that's
is,
what
like,
we played
quest
with
text.
classic
Yeah.
WoW. Where they kind of gave you an explanation thing. Final Fantasy 11, the original Final Fantasy MMO, they drop you in the world and they explain
Nothing.
nothing.
But
You
that's
have
cool.
to
That's how
talk
like
to
Dark
people
Souls is
to figure
and like
out.
from software games are now.
Souls
Yeah.
also
Dark
makes your soul
Souls.
dark because it's so infuriating.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
One of the greatest games ever made, though. I love the Dark Souls.
incredibly
series.
frustrating.
It's but it's so rewarding when you finally like
Dark
beat
Souls
the
is like
bosses.
Oregon Trail. You died of hysteria.
Dysentery.
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 No,
Oregon
if you want,
Trail.
if you
The
want
sword
the
you got
best,
stabbed with poison on it. You are now
the
done.
best
Still live for the rest.
RPG I think so far ever made, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Never played it.
Well, the first one was great, but the second one
Is that
they
an
made,
MMO?
no, it's just an RPG,
Oh.
and it's set.
I had to play it, but Final Fantasy is still my favorite.
It's
hands
set, but it is so. It's set during like 14th or 15th century Bohemia, all using real characters,
Right?
down. No, it makes it sometimes it makes it sound.
all using real characters from history. All of the characters in the story existed, and you just play as a knight. You start off as the son of a blacksmith, right? You're the son of a blacksmith with
Build
like your
yourself up.
origins are a little like murky. Like you find out that your dad really wasn't your dad, and you were a bastard
Is
son
the
of a
intro
lord.
an episode
and-
of Epic Rap Battles?
No, it should be. But it is unbelievably good. Like one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. Like if you have PlayStation or something, pick it up. It will blow your mind. Blow your mind how good it is. In the hardcore mode of the game, they give you no HUD, no nothing, and you have to navigate by asking for directions from
Yeah.
NPCs. And when it's nighttime, they gathered data from archives from that era in history and made the night sky similar to what the star charts were. So you have to navigate via the night sky
Oh,
in the
boy.
hard. It is insanely detailed.
So completely dumbing down this, not anywhere cool as what you just said or detailed. They added. I'm going right on this one.
Mm-hmm.
They added Vader to Fortnite.
Oh, you're on this
No,
Vader Star
but
Wars
listen,
thing
no,
again?
no.
I
No,
hate
but something
Fortnite.
new. It's an NPC that if you beat him, he becomes part of your team, and you talk to the AI character, and he responds appropriately to anything you're saying during the game if you're mic'd up. So now he's your defender because you beat him. So now he becomes like your Padawan or whatever as Vader. but he's like, if you talk trash to him, he'll actually get to a point where he can get upset and turn on you and take you out.
That's
But
crazy.
he responds as Vader to things you say.
That's
wild.
cool. Speaking of Vader, huge Star Wars kick right now.
Oh, yeah.
Huge Star Wars kick. We just
Oh,
finished
yes.
Attack of the Clones.
Have you watched all of Andor? You did? You did?
I didn't watch Andor yet.
Not yet.
I'm working
didn't
my way
watch
through
People
it.
Andor.
complain
I
about it.
hear-
There's only one episode I don't like. The rest of them I like, but it's very not.
It's a slow burn.
It's
Slow
it's
burn.
a
But it-
You need
lot
to
of
be
dialogue.
committed to letting the story build.
What's
But the,
cool though
the
is it
creator
has-
said it was intentionally done that way. though.
That was the whole point of the show.
And
I
it has
knew
a
that.
it is the build up to obviously Rogue One.
Yeah.
So you start seeing all those characters sneak into the show, which is kind of cool. I'm liking it, but there's one episode I wasn't a big fan of. It was like an adult interaction that I don't think you really needed at all. It didn't add any value for a Star Wars
He
show.
always hates those.
I know.
The dad needs to be in there.
No, it was without getting into it. It was just too deep, but it was an inappropriate scenario that didn't need to. It didn't add anything to the episode. They could have made it. They could have added any other thing, and it would have been just as fine. And I'm like, oh, all right.
I'd
whatever.
have to see it.
I think they need to,
But
in
so far, I
order
like
to
an
redeem
overall.
themselves from the sequel movies. I think
I know
we
where you're going.
need.
Vader's life.
Oh my god! If they did
Post
an
Clone Wars.
R-rated Vader movie of him
Hunting down.
being evil Vader, like the entire
Hunted
time.
down Jedi.
But
Oh
they have-
my God,
They have to
that-
be very careful not to mess that up.
No, that
Because
needs to be done well.
It can't just be a hack and slash. It's
That-
gotta be,
okay, so here's-
you know?
here's-
Just him killing Jedi.
here's-
that's all.
Here's my
Younglings.
theory.
No dialogue.
No, the
A
younglings.
Vader, like a really solid Vader movie, a Darth Revan movie.
Mm.
That would be so cool.
And they could do it in their own version of the Acolytes that doesn't stink.
Yes, or a Darth Nihilus movie.
I want Plagueis.
Ooh.
I want them to
Darth
just.
Nihilus is
Nihilus.
insane.
I
The
would.
one with the mask.
The one with the mask. That
I
is
would like
that
them
is
to do.
The life
just
out of
a
a planet.
mask.
Yeah,
I would like them to do just
Luke.
pretend that the last three movies never happened.
Yes.
That was an
Which one mentioned?
alternate
Which one?
reality.
We need to retcon them.
That
They
was
need
just
to
an
go
alternate-
Don't
away.
mention them ever again.
That was an alternate universe. That was an Elseworlds type
Someone
deal.
pitched the coolest what it should have been, like where Han, what's his name, Han's son is almost kind of like a him
Ben.
character, Ben, or
He was the only good character from those past
kind
the last
of
three movies.
No, what,
and they're
Kylo
both-
Ren?
Yes.
So
I
Ben
disagree. He
and
was
Rey
whiny.
are their
It was
kids.
written- I was more.
But
I
did
like
you-
that script. I
But
didn't
did you?
mind it.
Anybody?
Okay, true. Okay,
But did
I
anybody
see
read
what
the
you're
book where Luke has the books where Luke has three kids?
Oh yeah, for Legends.
Not Luke. I'm sorry.
Han and
Leia
Leia
and Han
yeah.
have three
Luke
kids.
did have a kid though.
He did, but I'm
Luke,
talking.
actually, Luke's kid was named Ben in
Yes.
Legends.
Which makes sense.
And then-
Because
and
Ben
then-
Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had Han and Leia had Anakin. They had twins.
Jason and Jaina.
Jason,
And-
Jaina, and Anakin.
Anakin's son was named after not Obi-Wan, but the Qui-Gon. So his name was
Whose son?
one of Anakin's.
No, you know
Anakin
what?
Solo.
No,
I don't remember Anakin Solo having
No,
kids.
this is if Anakin doesn't become evil.
Oh.
Oh,
Doesn't become
okay.
Vader.
No, but
That
like,
would, you know what? That would be a really cool, like, alternate
if?
timeline. What if movie?
Oh,
to
there's
do.
so many videos on YouTube.
There's
that
so,
go
I,
through
yeah,
that.
I've watched it
Oh,
before,
yeah.
but that would be really
No,
cool.
but like
you know
an
what
actual
upsets me?
made
Since I've been
productive
doing a rewatch of all the original movies, they really don't do Dooku any justice.
Nope.
And he's
Dooku
insane.
Clone Wars,
is
they do.
such
Yes,
Clone
they
Wars.
do.
Clone Wars.
And his
they
own,
do.
Clone
he has
Wars
his
they do.
own series too. Oh, the younger him.
And
where they explain
Rebels,
his
and
backstory.
Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And
He
Tales-
has
or
his
Tales-
own little
yeah.
arc in Tales of the
Yeah.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Good.
Ahsoka has the other arc.
That's
It is
good.
really good.
But if
It's
you're
insane.
just a person that
Oh,
just
yeah, young
watch like
Ahsoka.
the movies,
Baby.
Oh yeah, Dooku's
you're just
a
like,
punk.
who's this guy? Like, you don't realize who Dooku is.
But it's the right thing with Anakin being a big crybaby, and then like, I can't believe I didn't become a master. Versus you watch Clone Wars, and he's a general for years and watches.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
death
Now you
and
know why he's
destruction
like, what?
and control.
Yes.
And he comes to this conclusion of this isn't the right way either.
But that was what was great about the cartoons going back was that you also saw other Jedi start to veer from
Question.
the path as they
Well,
as,
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, but you
But
also
that's
but you
Dooku's
also
whole thing is
Right.
that
He veers
he's
He was
like
the first one.
he was the first one to be like, "Yo, you guys are doing this wrong."
Yep.
That's
Yep.
why his eyes never changed.
Yep.
Like, and he never used his Sith name.
Nope.
Like he had it
He
right.
never used. Did he use Sith lightning or he didn't?
he did.
he
Oh, yeah.
did.
Yeah, he did.
That was a big part of his offense.
But he He
Yeah, he
'cause
did.
wasn't-
Remember Yoda called it?
wasn't-
Oh yeah.
And
He
just
wasn't. Oh, you're right. He wasn't expecting
so
the
cool.
emperor
There's a
to
lot
do
of
what he did. He was expecting them
To be
work
the whole
together.
time. I mean, that's
with
that's
the
all
government.
of the Apprentice. Like Maul thought the same thing.
Did you ever see the meme where
True.
like where Dooku says, like right before he dies, like he's the other Sith Lord.
I did see that.
Like,
Oh,
that's
right,
so insidious.
right, right,
And
right,
Anakin's
right,
like,
right.
what? He's like, don't listen to him.
Cut off his head.
That wasn't how it should have ended. That was how it should have ended.
Yeah. And then like Anakin just turns and kills both. Like,
He's a Sith too.
yeah. But yeah, I've been really digging it. I want
credits
to.
roll.
Exactly.
We just have to watch Revenge of the Sith. I'm not even going to show Emma the sequels. They don't exist to me.
no, but you should go to
You should go back and watch Clone Wars.
You should go to
I do
Disney
want to watch.
and then go to their Star Wars world and Disney. It's very good.
Galaxy's Edge.
Did
I
you
really
see
wanna
the
go.
new-
It's very good.
Did you see the new extended lightsaber? So it's a thin, like plastic, and when you hit the button, it has two like curved pieces on the inside of it.
Yes,
that force
the
the
most
plastic to come
realistic
together.
lightsaber.
It is.
Oh, that's
It comes
they
out,
use
yeah.
that as their props and like their little
No, you can buy
display
it.
shows. You can buy it now.
It just can't be used for battle at all. It's 100% for show. But
Mm.
it makes a sound effect. It slides out and extends, and it comes together so it looks like something from the show. It's really, really cool.
It's like the only lightsaber you could buy where you click the button and it actually comes out of the hilt.
and it doesn't have that fold in it.
Yeah,
like
but
we all play with. Exactly. Yeah, it's really cool looking. That one.
collapsibles.
So you're gonna show her Revenge of the Sith, you said, and then move forward.
This is why
Yeah.
we got to get Mike involved in Ludasport.
So you're gonna show her just
And
4
what?
movies. What?
Remember, we talked about it on the podcast where Ludasport, lightsaber fighting,
Yes.
oh,
full on competitions.
there's competitions for that.
Oh yeah, big time.
I'll show you their Instagram. Yeah.
That'd be I'd check
Unfortunately,
that out.
it's
That's
not in the U.S.
Yet.
I did-
So you're
yet.
saying we started?
Yet.
Yet.
Someone's got to start it. Why not us?
Lightsabers and
cool. Hey, that'd be
Crocs.
cool.
Why not, Mike? Make it happen. You're looking to start a business. This is it.
Yeah, right. Lightsabers.
Do it.
Hey,
Someone said it, and they're doing it.
There should
Wow.
be a medieval times like restaurant for
Star Wars
themed.
themed?
Oh,
that's
lightsaber
brilliant.
battles.
It doesn't exist right now.
Apparently
No.
not. That
Why
was
doesn't
Star
Disney
Wars.
have a restaurant like that where you
I
can watch a
don't know.
full-on
Disney's
battle?
ruining it.
That'd be really cool.
You
Why
know,
don't
you
they
can
have a
watch
Marvel
a show.
restaurant? I don't know. You can have cityscapes. You can have junglescapes. You can
Right,
have
as if they need another
characters
reason to charge us more
swinging.
at Disney World.
They do. They need to justify what they're charging now.
Okay, yeah, exactly
Mm.
right.
That's
Comfort
all.
mode time.
Sure.
I'm just saying because Mike has a drive.
Oh, I don't mind.
Oh,
I'm
well, then
chilling.
We
Yeah,
can keep talking. That's fine.
I'm fine with that.
So,
I don't have to be up super early. either.
Next big project that Steve's working on, and thank you, Dave Caravella, for being so quick on it, is our
yes.
gaming channel.
I'm in on that. I love the game.
Yep.
I have a good
Yeah,
time.
I was going to
Crocs,
say
though.
Mike's
You have
going
to have
to be.
to-
And it can
Crocs.
only be games that old people like me and Dave.
Well,
So,
there's
lots
a
of
lot of
side-scrollers.
side-scroller beat 'em ups coming out.
I just saw. I'll show the
Boomerang
video. I'll show the video. This is something we totally have to. I don't know if it's available on consoles. Unfortunately,
I don't have it.
I have PC. We're good.
I don't.
however, it is
I'm
a
gonna do that. I'll
game
put games on it.
where you all take the roles of people in a courtroom. So like one person's the judge, one person is like the accused, the other person's the defendant, some of your friends are the jury.
Is this a new game?
Yeah, it's like an indie game that came out.
Ooh.
But you have to like argue with your like a case is presented,
Oh,
right?
We should
So
just
let's
do this
say
for real.
let's say
that's basically what you're
you're-
doing.
No games.
This is called
Let's
mock
say-
trial when we were
Yeah,
kids.
that's what it is. A mock trial.
let's
You
say
don't do that?
Dave is your client and you're defending that he didn't murder.
It's a virtual mock
so-and-so.
trial.
Yes, exactly.
You'd be even better.
But
if
it's
the
so
entire
funny
time I'm
because-
trying to say he's guilty.
Everybody
Yeah.
has
I'm his attorney.
Everybody
Now,
has
I'm
like
not
squeaky
saying
toys
he's
too. So
not
your
innocent.
judge's mallet is like a like it's
No,
so
we should
funny.
do this.
Well, did you
live
guys
action.
did you guys watch
Live action. I'd
did you
love
guys
it, Mike.
watch the show Jury Duty?
No.
Yes.
Oh my god, that show was amazing. You watched it.
Where everybody was in on it except for the main one guy. Yeah.
Yeah, they put one guy in for jury duty.
One guy is not an actor. Everybody
Everybody else is an actor, and they don't clue him in on it.
And
So
some
they-
of the,
they almost got caught a
it's
couple times.
They slow him into the burn, and then it starts to get more outlandish.
Outlandish and crazy.
But they're like, no, this is really happening. Like, holy
Yeah.
crap.
It's
That
a
sounds
great.
funny.
It
And
is
it's
a
the guy that
great show.
plays- The guy that plays in Sonic is the defendant, and He was also Cyclops.
James Marsden,
Yeah,
but he plays himself.
Yes.
So he plays himself that got cast for jury duty, and he plays
And
himself.
every once in a while, I was like, you know who I am, right?
He plays himself like a jerk. He plays himself like a pompous jerk. It is unbelievable. And
Then they got
the guy had
locked
no
in. The jury
idea.
can't leave. They
And
got locked in.
he almost blew it a couple of times. Like that, the crew almost blew it a couple of times. But they managed to like pull it off, and it is such a good
The
watch.
one guy with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
And
it
then
gets
the-
off the
other girl
rails.
that's hitting on him. which
But
is
Marsden
sad
plays
later on.
himself just like a pompous version of himself, and it's so good.
Which would
Well,
have
worth
been-
your watch.
that
Yeah,
would've been
I would. I
Steve
think
just playing
Emma would
himself.
like that too.
Perfect role for me.
It's a good one. What was the name of it again? Then?
Jury duty.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a pretty good series.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
liked
yeah.
it. Yeah, it was the longest running joke, basically.
It's like
we could do a mock jury. I'd crush you guys.
You probably would.
I'm gonna be a jury member.
So
Forget
Steve
it.
never played platform games
Really?
as a
Growing
kid.
up, didn't really do any
Side
platforms,
scrollers, you
so.
mean? Yeah, like
No.
Like platforming,
Yeah,
like
man,
platforming. Yeah, yeah.
I remember when we were playing Battletoads and we had the platforming levels, and Steve's like, "Sorry," and you knew 3 seconds later.
Well, he
fall,
doesn't have the
die,
natural
miss.
like
make the
because we
jumps.
grew up playing him. You know
doesn't know
how to
exactly what
time
you're
the
doing,
jumps.
yeah.
You know how to move. He doesn't have that.
Nope. 'Cause I didn't
You
grow
know,
up
like
playing
you're
it.
staring at the screen and the guy just walks into the pit. That's Steve. You're like, hit the button, jump now, jump. I hit it. No, you didn't.
Which is crazy
dead.
because early video games were all platforming
All
basically.
Yeah. Well, the first time I got him to play World of Warcraft with us, like he was a little gnome.
I was very
and he was
excited.
getting attacked by like a wolf, and his back was facing the wolf, and he's
You're
like, "What am
dead.
I doing?" I'm like, "You have to look at it to kill it. You have to
You
face
gotta
the
turn
enemy."
around, buddy.
yeah.
Oh my god, we had my sister played Battlefront 2 with us. She doesn't play third person at all.
what a great
So all
one.
of a sudden she's like, I think I'm falling. But she's in the corner just looking up at the ceiling, spinning in a circle. And I'm like, look at my screen, please. You're staring at the ceiling again.
Did you ever play the game? Did you ever play the game Myst?
Never even heard of it.
Battlefront 2 would be fun.
So it's a very old. It's a very old like puzzle game. Like we're going way back. So you have to
Board
figure.
game? Like a board game?
No, it's a video. It was
Oh.
a computer game. It's very popular, but it was like a puzzle. Right, you're on this island. So anyway, we were playing me, my buddy Chris Husko, and my dad, and we got to a part where like we need to walk through. Like, there's no way we're solving this. So my dad's like going through the stats, and we're like, this can't be right. And he's no, it's got. He's walking the guy right into the wall, and we're not moving anywhere. And he's like, no, we're onto something. We're like, you're walking into the wall. You're just in the corner.
Staring
of the
into the
room.
abyss of nothingness. It's the
He's
wall.
like, we're onto something. We got it. It's a, oh man, he did it for like 5 minutes. We were dying.
I
laughing.
wonder if he was doing
Well,
that on purpose.
no.
Just to listen to you
Well,
guys.
the thing with my
I
sister
wonder.
was funny too. Like I
It's
called
possible.
Luca over. I'm like, dude, check this out. That's not the sign. She's staring at this. I'm like, I know, buddy. I know. Fully aware. Oh, and now that Luke is getting older, I'm sorry, it is super fun playing games with him now.
I'm sure.
Because now he gets all into it.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
play like Halo, 2 players. I know you guys don't like Fortnite, but it is funny playing because we were able to. They have a recent issue, but we were able to play 2 players on the same screen, and then his friends would play. So this happened the other night. It was so much fun. This was
Do they know you're playing?
They know. No, they love playing. They asked me to play. We had a good time.
That's good.
So
They're not like
we're-
dropping curse
we're-
words. They're
We're
like,
sitting
"Ah."
there. No, I excuse myself in the beginning. So
Nick's the one dropping off the curse words.
so what's funny is we're playing a level and I drop off way further than they are in order to just get some weapons or whatever. And then there's teams there already. So I'm able to kind of work my way out of the teams. But now I'm under fire by whoever's left over. So I'm running. I'm like, where are you guys? And I'm behind a rock trying to hold my own. And it's like an episode of the A-Team. All you hear is him and his friends. Woo! They fly over in a Jeep. One of them's falling out, shooting. The other one's running from behind me with a machine. I'm like, what is happening right now? They wiped everyone out. It was the funniest thing I've experienced
Oh,
in
that's
a long
awesome.
time. And it was so much fun. And then at the end, I'm able to get paybacks and win the game for them.
So Nick
So
stays
I
in
would
his
kill someone.
basement and plays video games
With my
a
kid?
lot. No. At the end of the night,
Grandma's
Oh, no,
too.
boy.
absolutely. At,
So at
night,
the end of the night
11:30,
too,
11
he
o'clock,
goes.
I play.
So he's like, I can't stand to play Mario Kart with you guys, but he's in the basement playing other games.
by himself.
Hey, respect, brother. It's all good.
You
I
understand that Mario Kart will be played on Gaming and Crocs. You understand that, right?
Yeah, well, if you guys get the Switch 2 or
Oh,
whatever.
we're getting
You
the
know
Switch
what?
two.
we
Then I
should
won't
do?
be
Okay,
playing then.
if you do a
Hey.
Kickin
I'm
and
not
Crocs
getting that right
gaming
now.
channel,
It's happening.
You need to
We already have a
do.
logo.
You know, it'd be really funny, like old school, like early YouTube days.
Yes.
You should do like a horror game playthrough and do your
no.
reactions.
Dude, it's terrifying. Have you ever played the horror games?
I won't do it.
I won't live.
I'll do it with you.
I
so
know, no.
you're
Oh,
not
that'll
like-
make everything better.
Mike, I'm with
well,
you.
that'll make
I'll do
everything
it.
so much better.
Did you ever play?
I
Okay,
hate it and love it. I keep the lights.
have you ever played the game Outlast?
No.
I know
Have
Outlast.
you ever
Won't
seen
play it.
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill's great. Listen, as a avid horror fan,
I'm not a horror fan.
I could watch literally like any horror movie and just like
No. I'm not a horror
it doesn't
fan.
bother me.
Can't do it.
However,
I'm not scared of it. but
I
I'm like, eh.
tried playing
games
the
are
game
awesome.
Outlast
Nope.
and Outlast 2. I couldn't last like 20 minutes.
Nope.
I genuinely couldn't play it. I was like, this is terrifying.
I couldn't play.
You want to
so,
figure yourself out? Have you started reading Stephen King's books yet?
Love Stephen King.
They're
Big Stephen King fan.
I couldn't make it
insane.
through
The cabin, not the cat.
Very
The
twisted.
cabin in the woods. or
Yeah,
something.
very twisted.
I couldn't even get more than
the
halfway
very
through the book.
first
The book.
Resident Evil. I would not play. I made it through a little.
Love
bit, and I was
Resident
like-
Evil.
I was like, it's too
Yeah, that was
creepy for
easy.
me. And then when I played The Last of Us, I had to play it. Like I had to
During the day, you
section
said.
my time because I couldn't play it at night with the clickers. The sound would freak me out too much.
Oh no, I love that
I'm like,
stuff.
I'm good, man. I can't
I
play that.
love
dude.
that
like,
stuff.
it's not my cup. Of
I
tea.
watched The Conjuring like
You.
wow, this is neat.
There's another one of those coming out. by
You
the
know,
way.
you would.
Yeah.
The final
So
one.
you would get along with Alex has he loves horror films and he has the was it
Shudder.
Shudder, the streaming service for horror films. So he's like the only person that'll subscribe to it.
I watched that when I was in college. I watched there's
Air conditioning.
there's a horror movie called Antrim. And the rumor around this movie was that it was shown in a small movie theater in like the 1970s, like the late 1970s, and the creator of the film like mysteriously died after it was finished.
Okay.
It was shown in like 1 or 2 showings in this movie theater, and after like during the movie, somehow the theater burned down with everybody inside. Like someone
Oh
like
my
locked
God.
the doors and it burned down. And like this rumor came out that like the movie was cursed and like you shouldn't watch the movie. And
Well, that's like
Everybody
Ring,
goes and watches the
where
movie.
you can't. The phone.
so
rings
they
and you're, like,
so they
done.
stopped showing it. But like you could still go online and like find a copy of it, and like it was the stupidest movie I've ever seen. It was not even scary.
Did you see just last week? Because there's a new Final Destination out,
Okay.
and the roof of the theater came crashing down.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did not know
And
that.
they
Holy
killed
cow.
somebody too, but it was like
Oh.
Where was
like
this?
very Final
Where was
Destination esque.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't hear that.
Oh no, yeah, it was.
No,
in the-
no, it's crazy.
let's see.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not a big like horror guy, but I
Me
do
either.
like the games sometimes. But and my buddy is really like my buddy Joe, terrified of them. So I'll always play when he's over. And I'm like, "What's next?" I'm like, "Dude, you want to play?" He goes, "No, you move around, and I will stay right here, and I'll watch you play until I can't watch you play anymore."
See, this is why I love the internet. False. Top stories. False. Movie theater ceiling did not collapse during Final Destination Bloodline screening 2 days ago.
Oh, never mind.
Next to it, life imitates art. Ceiling collapses during Final Destination screening.
And that was when? 2 hours ago.
No, they're both 2 days ago.
So you don't know which one is real.
Nope.
Fact check. Old unrelated photo. Final Destination fans injured a
The
screening.
last,
What do you believe?
I love the internet.
What do you
It
believe?
literally goes, it was fake. It was real. It was fake. It was real.
Dude, that's it. Put it in our jury case.
Oh,
Was it real?
God.
Was it fake?
the
There you go.
the last Conjuring movie. Well, it's not The Conjuring, but I think the movie was
New York
called.
Post.
Was it Annabelle?
That
Or
it
was the
happened.
Nun?
No, not the Nut. It was called the Devil All the Time or something like that.
That was the most recent Conjuring one.
Yes, it had to do with Ed and Lorraine Warren, who were
Okay.
like the
Is
supernatural
that the one
hunters.
with Kurt Russell? Not Kurt Russell. What's his name from Gladiator in it?
No.
Russell Crowe?
Russell Crowe. That's it. No.
I don't think so, no. But it is like the retelling, obviously a dramatization of the first court case that recognized the existence of the devil.
Uh,
And it was really fascinating. So this, long story short, guy goes crazy and murders this guy in cold blood. Then they're like trying, because he was a kid, he was like a teenager, and he like stabbed this guy to death.
Kids show.
And sorry, am I allowed to? Oh well, but
Just dumb it down.
I
not
mean,
watching it this
we're
far,
just talking about first-person shooters, and
Very
Kids do that.
G-rated.
You said kids do that.
okay, just
it's
talking about
okay.
it.
Continue, go.
They know
Anyway.
people get
Listen, if
stabbed.
they're this deep into the show, I love it, folks.
They know
Let's
people
go.
get stabbed.
You get some
know.
extra stuff.
Let's go.
it's a horror movie. Bad things happen. But long story short, they're like the kid
Stabby.
ends up like
Yeah, there you go.
pleading. He pleads that he was possessed, right? So the whole thing goes through. It's a horror movie. There's an exorcism, yada 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 yada. True story that happened. And when he pleads in his case that he was demonically possessed, like the argument was, you guys all swear on the Bible and recognize that God exists. Like you should recognize that the devil exists. So it was like at the time period, I think it was in like the 50s or the 60s. It was like very controversial because they were like, it was in the news, like, oh, guy claims to be demonically possessed. But at the end of the movie, if you wait towards the end, at least when I saw it in the theater, they played
Real versions.
they
of it.
played audio recordings of the real exorcism of the kid.
Wow.
And this was a like 12. So, okay. So what happens was that he, I guess one of the kids like recognized that this guy was like possessed or something. So he was like, no, take me instead or something. So like a 12 or 13-year-old
This
kid.
is on the recording post show.
Well, this is what happens in the movie. So like, the kid gets like possessed by the demon because he doesn't want his brother who did the murder
Got it.
to be possessed because he was like freaking out. But in the actual audio recording of this exorcism, this is a 12 or 13-year-old kid that is like, there's a priest yelling at him, and all of a sudden he starts speaking fluent Latin. And like, so not to get all, supernatural, but it was like, why does a child,
Well,
why,
they-
yeah, like,
they- I
it
was
was
just
so
listening-
creepy.
this
Just
just came
so
up-
creepy.
This just came up with a podcast I was listening to. When they poll,
Was it Rogan? Because if not, stop talking. I don't want to hear it.
they poll,
Be a loyal Roganite.
they poll. The vast majority of Americans believe that there is a God. Like you ask somebody, they're not religious, not like a believe in a religion, but they say, oh yeah, God exists. But then when you ask them, well, do you think the devil exists? No. So they almost everyone believes that there's a
But I think
good higher being.
No. I think what it is it's not good or bad. They believe there's a higher being, and they don't separate the two.
Yeah, maybe, but they're
All the
directly
good
asked.
and
Like the
bad
survey
that's
was.
in your life
God,
is experienced
devil.
by the will of whatever the
Yeah,
higher being
that's
God
interesting.
is.
It's an interesting concept. But that they were asked, like, do you believe in God? Do you believe in the devil? And, like,
Because if you read the
God,
if
yes,
you
devil,
read
no.
the Bible, there are some things that we would consider atrocious, and those are at the will of God. If you read like the Old Testament's a dark storyline.
what author?
Like it is constant. Like
What author said
one
it? There's
after another.
the author. Oh man, I forget what.
that's why in the,
Was
in the Catholic belief, it's interesting. They only focus on the New Testament.
Yeah.
It's like but you have to remember there was a lot of
So the
pretty
quote.
heavy stuff.
I
that
forget
you guys
which
are
author.
ignoring.
I forget which author. It
We
was.
don't have to read that
Yes.
part. We don't have to read that part.
I forget which author it was. Was
Well,
it
they're like, oh,
Paradise
he
Lost?
moved- it's almost like God moved beyond that when he had Jesus here, because now it's like
Was
he
it?
experienced. Like,
It might have been Paradise
Did he
Lost
really,
when they
though?
said it. The
There's no
devil's
such thing. It is what it is.
the devil's greatest the devil's greatest trick is convincing humanity doesn't exist.
I've heard that multiple times.
Oh man, what author said it? It wasn't it. Was it Paradise Lost? I can't remember. I had to read
don't know.
Paradise Lost in college. And that was an interesting book.
I've never read that.
Oh, good book. You'd like it.
Paradise Lost. We'll try it out.
That's
Book club, yay!
Reading in Crocs coming.
You
to
would you would
soon.
like it.
Listen,
Then he
it's
was-
better
then
than
he was-
just gaming in Crocs.
then he
Helping
was
you
ex-
educate yourself.
Then he was
Elevate yourself.
excommunicated, and then he wrote Paradise Regained, and then they let him back into the church.
The things you
story.
gotta do to go to church.
Yeah, I had to read it in college. I had to read Paradise Lost, not Paradise Regained. Nobody makes you read that. Nobody makes you read that one.
Oh, speaking of school, Luca went into class today, and in his band group, there was a band class. There was a substitute teacher. He said that it was the weirdest thing ever. He held the door. We all walked into class. He sat in his desk, opened a book, Did not interact with the class other than opening the door, letting them in.
Interesting.
No attendance, no good morning class, no my name is. Literally said he walked in, literally opened the door, let them in, sat down, opened the book, the end.
He wasn't a paid substitute.
Sounds like it, yeah.
You don't think?
Stranger.
I
don't
don't know,
think?
man. It's kind of
All
weird.
right. I am going to call Comfort Room, though, because
Okay.
I
Yep.
expect you to be on time at the dojo tomorrow.
I will be there at a time, yes.
That was good.
A time later
All
than
right.
now, but earlier than Sunday. Let's go.
Okay. Well,
Will you? Will you be there on time?
I said I will be there at a time, yes.
all right.
I'm always on time.
Comfort
It
mode.
is comfort mode, yes. If you have not already, please make sure that you follow us on Instagram and on
I
TikTok
hope we made
at
it through
Kickin'
that
and
60
Crocs.
gigs.
KICKIN.in.Crocs.
By the way, good luck titling this one.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh. It's your
Finish
line, buddy.
spelling it. Finish spelling it.
CROCS.
The best. Go, go, go.
Subscribe to us on YouTube to watch the video versions
Lots
of
of
this
stars.
podcast.
We should just cut this right here, and, like the 60 gigs is gone.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah, you got to do the Sopranos Fate that Black as soon as before I even finish saying it.
Oh, stop.
You gotta cut.
Season,
You
series
gotta cut
finale.
that in. You've seen the ending. It's
I have, yeah.
So you should go right where I do that, and then just have it cut out, and then like credits.
Yeah.
Or cut it out right now, or pick a time. Just cut it out.
Or we
In
could finish
mid-conversation.
the outro. That would be great.
Five
too.
stars.
Multiple stars, loads
Yes.
of stars.
Audio and
Mike's a
listeners, multiple
superstar,
stars.
so give us one superstar.
Yes.
As many stars as you can. Yes, I love it. Let's do it.
Well, until next time, I've been Steve.
Read books.
always Dave.
Read some cool books, don't Nick? And you are Chewy.
I can't do a good shoot.
So new
And that's what
contract.
wakes my son up is your chewy. Here Steve to the
And
night.
you are
This is Mike Shannon.
Mike.
Mic drop.
If you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking.
And tutte fresca.
Buonanotte a tutti.
What was that?
Good night, all.
Was that tonight's special?
I guess so.
Yes.
You stay
I would
kicking
like
internet.
a tutti fresca, please.
Oh, yes, that's tutta fresca.
Yes.
You stay kicking internet.
Boom.
Shining with interesting people while styling while we run. It's kicking in Crocs. We're kicking in Crocs.